It's over with. But I feel like a lot of people are waking up, you know what I'm saying, and to an extent to where it's like certain shit that they used to could look over that can't no more. And the people who, it's so crazy, like this shit is like, it's like Disney World. If you was able to go through the back of Disney World and see how that shit was made, see all the cranes and all that shit that's holding these machines up, you probably wouldn't even think that shit that cool. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's the same thing for America. Motherfuckers is finding out what America been about this whole motherfucking time. See the cat watching, like, what are you looking at? What America been about the whole time. So here it is. I feel like we just, like, bro, this is definitely some post-apocalyptic type shit. Like, motherfuckers gotta get shots to ensure that you stay, you feel me, at the frequency under the frequency they want you to be on. You feel me? Like, that shit just crazy. But it's like, it's gonna get even more out of control until motherfuckers wake up. Like, if you gonna let me get away with that, then I'm gonna try this. You feel me? Like, that's what you looking at. But you can actually get what you want out of these people if you was persistent about that shit too. Cause they want to stay in power and you don't really need nobody to rule over you, bro. To have a president is a smack in the fucking face. To have any, like, one leader is a smack in the face to the people that's following that motherfucker. You trying to say you don't know how to think for your motherfucking self? At some point. And that's why I like how bees move though. As much as motherfucker think, oh, the queen bee run everything. No, that's the person that they designated to be of perfect health, that could produce all the rest of the bees, that could bring more people into this world. You feel me? But let her ass not be in good shape. Let her ass not be doing what she supposed to be doing, making the best decisions for the hive or some shit. Nigga, she gonna get murked. And she gotta go. But here it is, they put her in the best conditions to make the best decisions though. And to me, that's what happens with all leaders though. They get put in the best conditions to make the best decisions, but if they don't, that's why it's off with your fucking head. Like, and I think this means something. You hear me? I think this means something. I don't know yet. But when people do this, and they in the public eye, and you just keep seeing them doing that, like, I don't know. I think that shit means something. I think it do. Like, certain stuff was sticking out to me yesterday when you were showing me the footage and stuff, and I'm like, and as I'm coming back around to that shit, it's starting to make sense. Like, when I first seen that little shit on the stage in the mountains, I'm like, that shit don't seem like it's supposed to be there, but it's a purpose for that shit. Then the next day, it hit me. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, And what I always be saying, something it's another one coming, I know it. But some things change and some things just stay the same. So, or as much as things change, things stay the same. Why is the oldest picture of you the youngest picture of you? Anyway. There really ain't no question this today. But the reason why I say that part is about as much as shit change and stay the same. I'm like, damn. People talk about these stories about origin stories and shit. And you know, he's silly. But when they talk about these origin stories, we always get to talking about the mountains and shit too. So it was just like, hold on, this nigga just gonna put that shit out there though? Not to mention, look at the type of music he do. Like, I be trying to tell people, music can reconstruct a motherfucker for real, for real. If you listen to enough of it. Change your whole makeup type shit. Like, you won't change who you look, I mean, like your whole skin tone or whatever, but you feel what I'm saying. Your psychology. And your body gonna follow your psychology on top of that. So, here it is, you got him out here doing that shit. Like, the music that he's using to do it is considered a new version of what them people been into anyway. If I was to be frank about it, like he's like the Marilyn Manson at his time. He just happened to be black. You feel me? Like, but them people fans been like that though. I mean, been like that. If we go look at these motherfucking shows, you'll be like, that's crazy. I would never, like black people always used to say that, I'm never going to one of their shows. But now all of a sudden, you know, we done got convinced into that frequency. You gotta tell me. But I appreciate her for what she is. I don't got time to keep sitting her.
No, definitely not. I need to get rid of
it. But I'm noticing that shit, like, that freak. But that's what's gonna make me do my thing, though. Cause it's crazy I started to work. Like, everything that I've been studying has its purpose. Mullet, I was studying that shit. Elderberry, I was studying that shit. All these things is the herbs that I need to clean the lymphatic system. But if you get frustrated like I was for a long time, you can't remember. The shit you already done prepared. Like, it's like you pre-prepare yourself for the shit. Or you set yourself up like my mom used to always tell me, hey baby, you want to live your sentence. And I used to always be like, what the hell she talking about before I started preaching? Once I started preaching, I was like, damn, every time I got a sermon, you know, I wound up going through that shit. And then also now I can look at it and be like, man, the universe prepares you. You hear me? The universe prepares you. But if you get in, you miss it.
any type of discord.
Yeah, you basically saying don't agree with yourself. And you come from abundance.
Gonna give you that, because if that's how you feel, that's what it is.
This is how I know we come from abundance too, though. For people that just be wondering, this is another aspect of abundance. Ain't you a person? Ain't you a human being? How many human beings are there? Over 1 million some human beings out there, right? Well over 1 million. That's an abundance of people. You feel me? How many cells are in your body?
They say abundance is your birthright.
I'm just showing how it is. You got an abundance of cells. You got an abundance of people around you. You come from an abundance of people. How many motherfuckers it took to get you here? I mean, literally. Motherfucker talk about just motherfucker your mama, your daddy. Bro, don't you gotta add a certain amount of grandparents every time, like 4 grandparents? Every generation you gotta add it, 4 grandparents. Yeah, that shit is. I mean, that shit is amazing, 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 amazing. You what? Babies. I gotta get me a school, bro. Well, I gotta get my school going fucking time. Gotta take it, like, I want to take it outside of the virtual shit. That's basically what I'm saying. Like, I want to have a spot where the babies can go to. Cause it's like, you can complain and complain.
Frustration, overwhelmment, anger, fear. When you have those feelings of negative emotion wash over you, all they mean is you're thinking about something quite different than what you really are. So you begin to understand that in the beginning, your sensation of departure from who you really are will feel like emotion. The indicator will get stronger if you keep going. In other words, it's emotion, then it's chronic emotion, then it's physical sensation. someone says to you, what are you guys doing in there? Say to them, I don't really know. If someone says to you, what are you doing in there? Say, I'm just coming to an awareness that my life can be wonderful, and I'm just in the process of figuring out how to make it more wonderful every day.
Happy Monday.
And say to them, like you, look at you here on this phone. That's what you're
Wonderful.
doing tonight.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Some of them are on the leading edge, some of them aren't. Some of them want to be on the leading edge,
Okay.
some of them right now don't. And that should just allow them to have their happy cruising experience. We expect that if you look around, you'll notice that you don't have to come to a seminar like this to have a joining of you and you. You could be in an attitude of appreciation and be tuned into that content. You don't have to wrestle yourself or someone else to the ground, pointing out what you're doing wrong. You don't have to figure out your voice in this moment, whether you're in this moment pulling against that current of well-being, or whether you're going with that current of well-being. As you begin to recognize that emotions that feel relief, emotions that feel the emotion that you feel, will always take you in the direction of closing the gap. You think of the picture of these two vibrational perspectives. You understand that you are internal and that you are physical, and the goal is to be at the same time. Do you understand that the goal is to be a perfect vibrational match to the source that is within you? And if we make it clear, the source within you is not going to join you in your negative thoughts. If we make it clear that if you feel negative emotion, or if you are sick, or if something is not going your way, it is not because you are unworthy, it's because you have chosen a vibration that is simply disallowing it. And this is the last thing that we want to be very clear about before we move forward in alternate questions. Do you understand that the source within you is living the fullness of everything that you want? Do you understand that the prosperity that you seek, and the well-being that you seek, and the clarity that you seek, and the health that you seek, and the relationships that you seek, and the good feeling moments that you seek, the elation that you seek, the clarity and the passion, the knowing that you seek, that the source within you, the inner being that is you, is already living all of that. And you know that that stuff that you want, that you feel that you don't have, the source within you is living now fully, and you know is living it fully because of the life that you have lived. In other words, you caused the source within you to expand, and the only reason that you feel any negative emotion is because you're not letting yourself keep up with that expansion. If your life didn't cause you to want something, and you didn't go in the direction of something that you didn't want, you would feel no negative emotion if someone called you on the telephone and said, hello, you don't know me. I'm just telling you I've never called you. You know about this. What does my inner being think about this? And what does my inner being feel about this? How does my inner being feel about you that I can't stand? You're not pointing at me. How does my you, I can't stand you, justice in you, I see wrongdoing, I see bad towards you, and now I've got a knot in my stomach, and it's, if you had behaved better, I wouldn't have to condemn you. If you'd been standing over there with my good friends, then I wouldn't have to feel this way. Go over there and stand with them and behave like them. You, now, go over there and be like them. When I look there, I feel so much better than when I look there, and look at you. What? It's none of my business? But it is my business, because I'm looking at you and I feel bad. And if you'd stop being that way, I wouldn't feel this way. You need to be different. Get over there. You need to be different so that I can feel better. You need to be different so that I can feel better. Oh God, please help them to be different so that I can feel better. If they would be different so that I could feel better, then my world would be complete. Oh, there's another one. The world's crawling with them. They all need to be different so that I can feel better. Feel the powerlessness in that. They cannot be different for you. It is not their job to be different for you. So, what's my choice? I cannot stand the way you be. It makes me feel this way. Here's where the question comes in. Inner being, what do you think about them? got to be kidding. You love them, but did you see what they did? You didn't.
Top of the morning.
You were looking over there. That's the thing that we so want you to do. The source within you will not see the negative aspects that you are using. The source within you only is the vibrational match to that which is good.
Say John Wayne.
So what is the question?
Oh, it's
Interview.
John, yeah, I see
What do you think about this person?
I
What
said
do you think
John
about this
Wayne
situation?
too.
Sometimes you're not ready to hear
Huh?
that
I don't smoke my.
because
When you did.
often you're still in the attitude of trying to defend how you
I
feel.
used to smoke wild. I
Because
can smoke
friends
weed.
love you so much, you'd rather be right.
All the time I used to smoke.
So when you spread your world out before you, put some of it in that,
Like, damn, I gotta go to this place, so I need
you
help.
try to win the hearts and minds of the people by getting them to agree with you about which are the bad
That's how they get your ass.
You see what a mess that makes? You see how you can't even come to an agreement about what behavior should be offered because you've come forth in such diversity for the balance of the planet. Do you know that you come forth as people with deliberate intentions to be different for the diversity and balance so that you are inspired from within in your differences? So then when you demand that those differences go away and that you become sane, you defy the very essence of the source, of the soul, of the beginning of that which is you. But there is such an easy way to go about this. You will ask yourself the question, how does it feel about this? Let it be a question that comes up all day, every day. When you ask the question, inner being, source within me, God force within me, whatever you want to call it. What do
She
you
out here
think
thugging
about this?
today.
And you listen. You will feel thoughts of reassurance and relief washing through you again and again, as you will subject myself person by person, circumstance by circumstance, event by event. Allow yourself to come back into alignment with who you
And that
really
motherfucker
are
would
on
be
all
short as
sides.
hell too.
Because
Or is
we're
that the person in the
in
back?
this universe.
Let me see,
We're in every
It
person,
look like that's
we're
the
in every
driver, but it
experience.
ain't.
That there is that which is wanted and lacking. It's just the magnificent balance of all
About to
things.
miss the light.
And when you decide to orient yourself toward what feels best to
Gotta
you
make
as
some
you
babies get to
focus
school,
on it,
man.
you will attune yourself to the vibration of the source within you. And as you attune yourself to that, you will thrive. And you know it too. In your thriving, you're less worried about everyone. In your thriving, you are less concerned about the injustices of the world because in your thriving, you are tuned to something other than the injustice of the world. You got to ask yourself, am I tuning myself to injustice or am I tuning myself to well-being? Or am I tuning myself to clarity?
They got
Have I
a lease
tuned
in
myself
them?
to the best of you
Yeah,
or
they
have I
got a
tuned
decent
myself to the
office.
worst of you?
Hell,
And
they
when
got a
you
lot
start
of babies
saying
to
to
drop
yourself,
off.
how am I tuning myself? How
Now
am
you
I
going to the
tuning myself?
daycare.
You take back your power because when
Might
you
be
say,
taking them some
I see
stuff.
something I do not like, and you say, oh
Drop
wait,
one
I
kid
have
off.
the capacity to
Like
see something I
kid
do
on the
like
daycare.
wherever I look, or I have to look somewhere else where there's something that I do want to see that is easy to see. As you begin to show yourself that you can control the way you feel because you can control what you think about, you can control your alignment with source or not, then you begin to understand. You see hateful people around you, you see hateful people doing hateful things, and your heart goes out to them because you know, because you've been there yourself. They're not tuned to who they really are. They're out there on that raw and ragged edge. They've taken themselves apart from who they are, and they're suffering mightily because of it. And they are undoubtedly focused upon someone else that they are blaming for it, and they are undoubtedly focused upon someone else that they are blaming for it, until there is a chain of pain that you cannot stop by joining the chain of pain. You cannot help them as you suffer. You can only help them in your thriving. You can confusion. You can only help them in your clarity. You cannot help them in your poverty. You can only help them in your abundance. You can only help the others
Why
when
do
you're
white people wear
tuned in,
gloves
tapped in, turned
when they
on. And so
drive?
this seminar
They
is
be
about
trying to
not
kill
only
shit.
talk
I
about
don't
I
understand
swear,
this
bruh.
why white people
all of your
do
power,
things
your
Nah, I ain't gonna even do that. It ain't just white people, but I just noticed that white man motherfucking
millions
gloves
for
on.
nothing.
It be making me feel like a motherfucker trying to get away with murder. They never know when they gonna have to shoot a
Is
motherfucker.
mighty when you were in a line
No,
of
they not that tough.
They ain't that thugged out.
They ain't that tough. Yeah.
I don't know now. Hey, motherfuckers used to walk around with that billy club. They put the billy club down and put on some gloves.
The art of allowing
You gonna catch
me
these hands.
to tune
Fuck you
myself
talking about,
in to
messing with
Where
that
in
man.
Tennessee?
What? Who?
Oh,
The police will put them hands on your ass up here. You
The
talking
world
about?
is my office.
hungry
Last
right
year
now.
I made $1.7 million by doing the exact opposite of what the business needs me to do. I didn't start this. I don't have
My, let's say my bottoms. Where do they live at? Every day that we done picked you up, we see them walking.
Salvation Army right here.
That's a shelter?
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be.
I don't think that's a shelter no more.
Women and kids.
Everything is always working out for me.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
If that ain't it no more, it's definitely one that's around here.
Everything is always working out for me.
Yeah, it's prospect. Yeah, it's one down here somewhere.
Everything is always working out for me. Everything is
Goddamn
always
dollar
working
bag.
out for me. Things are
I'm
always
trying to find a
working
new
out.
bag, because this the only dollar
Things are
bag.
always working out for me. Things are always working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Things are always working out for me. And since things are always working out for me, and since I know things are always working out for me, then what other things would I like to define that I would like to be working out for me? Since things are always working out for me, then I want to begin to apply my attention toward the things that I would like to be working out for me.
That's somebody that.
From the
World
rapid
that I would
station
like
to
to
the
appreciate the
driveway.
components that have been
Not a
before
person that
that
drives
have
every
led
day.
to what is right now.
You can't. You couldn't possibly
I would like to
ever
live
drove
in a
these
constant
streets.
state of appreciation.
Still made that decision.
I would like to be an uplifter. I would like anyone to come in contact with me to benefit as a result of our being together.
Here we go, right here. Listen.
I would like to not feel bad when that doesn't happen.
You said not feel bad.
I would like
when
to
that
be in a
doesn't
place
happen.
where I'm not at my
When what
best,
don't
where I'm not
happen?
even close to my
When
best,
you
and not
need
being up on
somebody
myself,
and your
not being at
cooperation
my
with
best
them
because I
doesn't work
know
out.
that like the ocean, I have ebb and flow too. I would
have
like
to
to
be
be
okay with
completely
that. A lot of times
accepting
we
of
be mad
myself
when shit
and
don't
of
work
everyone else. And I would like to trust in the law of attraction and the information that it gives to me. I would like to be completely accepting of myself and of everyone else.
Completely no.
And I would like to trust in the law of attraction and the information that it gives to me. I would like to live in a constant state of appreciation. I want to be the being that I am born to be. I want to be in this physical body. And I want to be all that I was born to be. I want to have fun. And I want to have clarity. And I want to feel energy. And I want to feel good. And I want to wake up eager for the day. I want to be the being that I am born to be. I want to be in
You
this
saved a
physical
nigga life
body.
yesterday.
And I want to be
Saved a nigga
all
life
that I was
yesterday,
born to
boy.
be.
I ready to tap out.
I want to have fun. And I want to have
Nah,
clarity.
this ain't
And I
gonna
wanna
work,
feel
G.
energy. And I want to feel good. And I want to wake up eager for the day.
Shit, nigga. Yesterday I should have stayed, but that was Saturday night. I should have stayed my dumb ass in
I want to sleep good. And I want to eat well.
Where you go?
want
Lost
others
all
to
my
have that
keys, I had to
too.
pay
I'd like
$300.
everyone to eat well.
Huh?
The key. I lost her keys.
I'd like all the
Damn.
little kids
Where you
to
go?
have
I
a
paid
full belly.
$300. That was at
I'd
the
like them
hours.
to know how good
I know the
they
nigga
are.
that
I'd
owned
like
it, my
that.
brother, the security, but somebody
I'd like
picked him up
children
and walked
to know
out of
their
there with the
value.
keys.
Had to. Probably thought they
I'd
was
like them to
dead.
know
Yeah,
it
because I was there after the
I'd
lights
like
went
them
off
to
and
know it
everything. I
now.
looked outside and
I'd
all
like
that shit.
opportunities
But
to
I had
help
the
them
house
know it.
keys, which they was connected together.
I'd like to
So I
live
didn't.
around
I
it.
had no understanding.
Somebody probably done got home like,
Like
man,
shine
who
that
the fuck
Yeah,
light.
why the
is
fuck I got these
these?
keys?
I'd
Right,
like to
exactly.
speculate about that. I'd like to
Somebody
pretend
done
that.
went home like, man, what the
I'd like to
fuck?
imagine that.
I
I'd like
know
to
they
soothe
did.
myself with that thought. I want people to feel good. I would like people to feel so good that they never feel like taking guns and killing each other. I'd like them to feel that too. I'd like them to feel so good. I'd like people to know the value of
They
who
had
they
a
are.
140 selection. Do you got $10?
I'd like to
A
be in a place
140
where I can help
selection.
people know the
Yeah,
I
value.
don't think I got no
Like,
10.
I might get them.
don't want it to come all at once. Just one at a time.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to tune into the frequency of who I am and spread the joy of who I am.
What's up?
I'd like to be consistently in my own joy. I'd like to be a catalyst to helping more people feel good. I'd like to be someone who's such a catalyst to helping people feel good that I don't even notice when they don't.
Come on, man. God
I'd like
see
to be
what the
so
fuck I'm
true
trying to
to
do.
my vibrational
Hey.
frequency that anything that I want is flowing into me,
what are you
and anything
looking
that I
at?
don't want is flowing out from me.
She thought you was trying to holler.
Understanding that there will always be contrast on
literally
the edge
looking
of
at
what I'm living.
Like, he's never seen nobody do a U-turn.
Oh,
or
that's
something.
it. I'd
But
like
I
to
know she
control
ain't
my
trying to do that.
contrast better.
But yes, Brody.
I'd like to be better at inviting the contrast. I'd like the contrast to come in the form of a question to which I'm seeking an answer, rather than in the form of a problem to which I'm needing a solution.
Lydia, my
I'd
hair
like
so
the
long, I
problems
need
of
it
the world
done.
to be distant enough from me
Yeah, what
that I'm
happened?
able to
I
see
said my
them
hair
in
so
an
long,
objective sort of
I need it
sense.
done.
I don't want to be swallowed up in
This
the
shit be
problems.
all over
I want to
the
be
place
on the
now.
peripheral
You know
of
the
the
sketches.
problems. I want to be out there on the edge of problems.
Wednesday,
Close enough that I can help
you
to
do
find
mine,
the
I'ma do
solution,
Frederick's.
but not so wrapped up in the problem that I'm lost in the problem. I want my work to be near the surface all the time, if not bobbing on the
Try to
surface,
do mine in
never
the morning
deep
if you
in the
can.
underbelly of the ocean. I want to be up there where it's easy to move, but even when I'm in that state
Sure, I'ma
of
take
what
mine
could be
straight to
called
sleep.
depression, I want to know that even then it's okay. Help's on the way.
What, Monday and Tuesday?
It's
Today
okay.
we get off,
Helps
Tuesday
on the
we
way.
get off.
Definitely. I already know I'm gonna go to sleep tomorrow.
I want to know the source energy is always flowing to me and through me. Always flowing to me and through me. Available at all times. And I want to feel all right about not being in the vibrational
You want to
vicinity
grab
of it.
Junie now? We are. I'm just asking. On that side or that side. That's something.
I love knowing the source loves me at all
Based on
times,
that.
even when I'm not in the
I doubt
vibrational
it, they
vicinity.
yeah.
The pure positive energy has its gaze
Doubt
upon me
it.
at
Yeah,
all
this morning
times.
she said.
I like knowing that source is key, source is promised to
I
me.
guess I'm gonna go because
And it is my intention to start right now, keeping my promise to myself more of the time.
Right. Fuck it. She. That's why I ain't giving it up.
I'm gonna have way more fun.
Souvenir.
I'm gonna look for more reasons to feel good.
It is.
I'm gonna take good care of me.
And that motherfucker still
I'm
white though.
gonna
That bitch
serve
ain't
myself
brown.
first.
You know, I
and
had never
foremost.
watched it until this year.
I'm gonna tend
When I
to my
rewatched this
vortex, and then
bitch
I'm
and it
gonna
got
do
back
everything
this
else I
bright.
But you
can.
know, that's how you supposed to do jean jackets though. You're not
No,
supposed to
send
pay
them
Watch
to
it,
us.
attention
yeah,
like that.
yeah. Nah.
Bobby don't wash his jeans
It's gonna
like
be
that.
more
That
alright
nigga pay
when I
$8 for a
don't.
pair of jeans. I wash them
It's
bitches
gonna be all right.
3 or 4
Unfortunately,
times a
too.
year
I'm not gonna
too.
set standards for myself that I
Fuck
can't
you
meet.
mean?
I'm gonna do my best to feel good
Nigga,
all
if
the
your
time.
balls think that bad, bitch, you need some looser pants.
I'm gonna have
She
way
said you
more
need
fun.
the looser pants.
Water, yeah.
I'm gonna look for more
There ain't no
reasons to
way a
feel
nigga
good.
pants shit stink. I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna take
You
good
said
care
yes,
of
you.
I'm gonna take good care
Is
of
that
me.
nigga got that, bro?
It's a lighter about
I bet you is gonna
We
take
have
it
enjoyed
lady,
this
bitch.
interaction more than words
I'm
can
trying to think, should I
explain.
take a little piece?
I thought we
You
were
are
trying
powerful
to,
creators, and this has
We
been a
is, I'm
powerful
saying,
group
right.
of minds that has come together.
I mean, you can take
We're appreciating your willingness, not just to be in this room, but to be in this life. Not to be in this life, but to be in this world, to be in this universe, to be part of this creative experience of moving forward. It is our desire, and it is our knowing that today you've come into closer alignment than you've ever been with who you really are.
It's at 8:23. It's gonna
And
take
we
us about
revel
5
in
minutes
that
to get
knowing,
across the street in
whether
this
you know it or
traffic.
not. And we anticipate your discovery of the evidence of our knowing in the hours and the days that are before us. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain. Let's see, where are we?
Sorry. You can just sit there. Oh, my processor.
In the vortex in your grid, in
All
the
right,
vortex
Didi, you gotta
in
get
your
ready to
grid,
hop
in the
out, okay?
vortex in your grid, in the vortex in your grid. In the vortex in your mind, in the vortex in your mind.
See you later.
In the vortex in your action, in the vortex in your inspiration.
Girl, why he put them
In the
ibuprofen
vortex,
last night and was
in
dead
complete
for the
and utter
count?
appreciation
Them ibuprofen
of the
last
life
night.
that you live
Man,
into all
oh my
of it.
God. That shit was
That is great.
Gotta do it though.
I kept trying to wake him up. Then I just finally said, he's really gone. Like, he finally was able to move at 2:30 in the morning, Lydia. It was crazy.
This nigga pretty as hell playing basketball. Like.
Him right there.
Yeah.
I used to know like Stephen Curry.
Well, both of them considered pretty boys.
Not to me. Alright, we gotta get out, Lydia.
His hair.
Man, that nigga play club better than mine.
I'll let you know what time.
Alright.
I want my sweet love by the sweet.
Fight.
Thing, you do have to have some patience because it's not instant gratification. The results take weeks. And I actually like that because you start seeing it slowly coming off. Oh, he would have recorded. The next day. So, it was something that you can. Well, man, let me tell you something. Shit was bad the moment. Yeah. Price went up. We gotta make some other shit up. So now he goes to say, so what did Jay-Z answer about the question when they asked Jay-Z on the Twitter, what did he say?
Oh, he said he pretty much lets Jay have his own version of the truth. But he said the only thing that he did disagree with is that Just Blaze wasn't copying him. He said that Just Blaze was copying the method of the album. So hit it with somebody clean, and we never see him again.
Finally get on TV, everybody knows who the fuck you is. This clown, Travis Scott, I don't even know where he came from. He just comes out of nowhere. Next thing you know, I pull up at McDonald's. This nigga got his own burger on the menu. I'm looking like, man, a burger on the menu? Like, his own burger on the menu. They done gave this, mind you, McDonald's stopped selling the quarter pounder. They bring the quarter pounder back with his face on it. And they made it better than ever, if you ask me. But that's a whole nother note. How? Like, how do you just go record to, like, where did your record come from? Right? And don't get me wrong, I've heard some of his music. It's dope music, but it's weirdo music. Like, let's just be 100. He's one of those weirdos on the weirdo side of the fence when it comes to making music. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the weirdos make great music. You know what I mean? They use great sounds, instruments, different things like that. But now this is where you start to get into the magic of music, the magic of it, right? And I think the magic of music is something that's underestimated. A lot of times we'll look at it like, music just music. But no, there's a whole process into putting you under hypnosis. It's a whole process. And so when you like listen to his music, especially, you can hear that shit all in the background. Like the hypnosis types, the crazy sounds and noises for no reason. But they're all for some reason. Probably words going on in the background. I remember everybody used to play the Jay-Z shit backwards. I'm quite sure if you play his shit backwards, you probably find all kind of crazy stuff. It's just, he's that kind of clown. And so, like I said, man, we come to this day and age where making the weirdos in the music industry somehow, some way, said, I also wonder what songs that's a fact. I would love to know what songs was he performing. And because like his songs always have some like undertone, ritual, sacrifice type shit to it in the first place. Like you just hear them. It's like this Kanye West type, suicidal type stuff. But then he has this little bit of a balance of like pretending like he got some type of thug in it, but he really don't. Like just keep it 100. Thugs don't make weirdo shit. Yeah, we don't dress like weirdos. We don't do all that. And then we already know that he's with a known witch in the industry, right? He's been attached at the hip to a well-known witch in the industry, right? And at that, not a good witch.
Shout out to Out the Blue. Y'all check out Out the Blue and
not necessarily against magic. I think, in my opinion, I don't think black people use magic enough. And I think we use it on ourselves, unknowing. And then a lot of times we're cool with other people using it. And we're kind of afraid to get into that. But that's a whole nother story. We do know this nigga has been attached to a witch though for a long time. What witch? One of those Kardashians. I can't tell you which one. I know Kim, and then I know Kim. Let's just start like that. I know Kim and I know Kim. So I know it's like either, and I know they all come out of O.J. Simpson. And when you kind of look at the Kardashians are an interesting name in Hollywood, right? Very interesting name. Like, I try to stay away from this, but it's like, damn, man, how more blatant can we get?
What up?
58.
What up, Tuz?
It probably happened at 5 o'clock or something.
Grand Wise and shit.
Doubt that. I wouldn't even doubt if it was at 5 o'clock and 8 people died, or if it was at like 5:08. Like, that's how weird they do it. You know what I mean? I just watched the dude for TNT, Ernie Johnson. His son just died at, guess what age? 33. His son just died at 33. Weird shit. And I'm just supposed to pretend like, there's no connection. There's no connection. There is no extra curriculums going on. And Mekhi Phifer gave us the game.
Let's see.
It depends on what you want in this game. This is what he said. He said, you got people who want and go home with my family. That's it. But you got the other people who want the fame, right? They want the fame. They want their face when you pull up at McDonald's and they get a number 3. They want their face right there. You got those people.
Is they ready?
It's two different kinds.
I mean,
right?
yes and
And
no.
so what you got to do to
Said
get
that she
your
was getting dressed.
face
She was getting dressed when I took the girls. I
on
just walked in the house.
the number 3 at
That man got his new
McDonald's
pajamas.
compared to what you would have to do to just say get your fucking check
Alright.
and go home,
Huh?
two different things. And that's why Makai first said,
I
hey,
can't
I
do
don't go to those parts. Like anything that's outside of promoting the movie itself, and as soon as the promotion for the movie is over with, I'm back home to my family. That's what he said. That's what he said. Thanks, bud. Appreciate you in the building.
We checking
Like,
out
think about
Blue this morning. It's
Go
crazy.
home.
It's amazing
Get
that he
your check
talking
and go
about
home.
this, man.
And we know that a lot of
I
these
plan
dudes
on
who
doing
be having all of this fame don't even
presentation
have
on
no
this as
fucking
well.
money.
So shout out
They
to
don't
my
even be having no
team.
money. Like, let's just be 100. All of that fame, no money to show for it. Why? Because they ain't thinking about the check. They want to be seen and heard. That's more important. Now, what are you gonna have to do? Well, show up at that party. Huh? Go ahead, go chill up in that room with Diddy and go see where that gets you. Go see where that gets you. You get a night in the room with Diddy and some of the other weirdos that be in these rooms. There's no telling where you're gonna go. No telling. Next thing you know, you got one dude who's going and getting a check, and you got you whose face is being blasted everywhere and pushed everywhere. And see how they really use is that, let's just say they do sign you. Like how they bent over NBA Youngboy, right? Where's NBA Youngboy? They got this nigga begging to get out of his contract. He telling, I'll give you my next few albums for free. I just want my royalties. Like, nigga, you should have thought about that before you signed $5 million with a company that got the power to make $500 million off of it. That's what cats is failing to realize. They're going to give you $5 million, but they know they can make $500 million off of you because what? They're in control of the station. They're in control of the TV. They're in control of that commercial slot you looking for. So yeah, I'll invest this $5 million. Go ahead and sign that contract for $5 million for 5 years of your life, and I'm finna work the fuck out you. These people can't change their hairdos. And you can see the ones who go crazy and like lose their mind and try to like regain a form of themselves in a way. They do shit like Britney Spears and just shave their head off. They'll just completely shave their hair. That's like this crying out, like I don't want to even be a part of that type of shit no more. Let me go ahead and move on. I want to like my time and who I am is now becoming of value to me. And so we start looking at these people who are trying to deprogram themselves. That's crazy. That's crazy. But then we fall into these same traps of doing what? Giving our energy, right? Which is all they want. Because remember what they said. All of the master copies in rock and roll would go into a master room, into a pentagram, into the center of that pentagram, and then the priest and the witches community, they would pray over that master copy, that demons would go over that from the master copy to every CD that everybody buys. This was the game with rock and roll. You think they ain't pushed that game over into hip hop now? You think that they ain't pushed that game over into hip hop now? Come on. Like, we're sleeping. It's become the same game. You wanna perform at the Super Bowl? Well, you're gonna end up at a party with Jeffrey Epstein or some shit. Weinstein. That's how you end up on those cats. You be like, how in the hell did you end up in that predicament? Huh? That's how you end up getting your nuts grabbed in front of your wife, and you instead your only come back to that is to claim me too. Think about it. For somebody like, and this is what happened. I think what's this clown ass name? Terry Crews, right? Who just destroyed every role is to destroy the image of the black man. Like, as you can see that, it's just ridiculous. Like, I'm not a big fan of it. You know, it's bad enough. It's hard enough getting the big guys to be aggressive. I'm not a fan of coming out with these big dudes and every role that they in, they just this joke.
Bro, I can't deal with
Every role is a joke.
Hold on. Come here, Mel. How
Right? Just devalue your big ass for no reason.
it. But I feel like he's
All of them goddamn jokes he played, that nigga walked right in and some little ass white dude thought he could just grab his nuts in front of his wife and it would be no
They
consequence.
said they want
And you
to
know what?
try and make
He
sure we
was
don't get
right.
definitive.
That's the worst part. He was right. There were no consequences. There were no consequences. He had the exact reaction that he thought he was
I
gonna
looked
get.
at the antibiotic.
I'm gonna grab this dick right here, right now, in front of his wife. Watch what happens. Nothing.
Microbes for like next 2 to 3 years.
Oh, really?
What's wrong? Potatoes?
Yeah,
Why?
I'm thinking
You
about
played a
potatoes.
fucking joke
Keep
your whole
doing
life.
good, man. Tell her keep
I'll
doing
bring
good.
them to you.
That's
You
who you
definitely have some
think.
taters soon.
A joke.
Gotta get on it.
Just some big ass nigga that be pop like and speedos and crazy shit. Like these dudes is weird, man.
Know what they say about
So you
people
got
got
those
pee
guys.
when they see.
And then you got your Makai Five, right? You got your Makai Five. A lot of us probably miss Makai. Like, damn, man, my boy don't be in the movie like that. He's not willing to do what other people are willing
Can
to
you
do
what?
to get those roles. Just what it is.
Say,
Now,
can
I'm
you
not saying
have
that
it?
this is the case for
Did I bring 'em
literally
out?
all people.
Where the bag is?
I'm still on the fence with that one. I still do believe that there are some people who just have a certain amount of talent that
Right, son. Where the bag is?
and I don't think you can necessarily stop. Oh yeah, God. That's and you know Martin Lawrence. Think about it, Martin Lawrence, right? What did he do? He follows in the same rituals as Richard Pryor.
They down
Set
here.
yourself on fire.
You got a
Set
what on your
yourself
leg?
on fire, right?
Your baby relaxing?
Right? Saying they got like these dudes,
That's a good baby.
and that be when you done gone too far.
Johnny, when we gonna open up our juice bar?
That is when you have gone
It's
too
time for
far.
us to
That's
open
the
up the
same
juice
reason why
bar.
Richard Pryor did it,
We gotta make us some juices.
right? Same reason why Martin Lawrence did it.
So
You're going too far, doing some things,
Why
bro,
would you give babies
that
that?
don't fit right with your soul. Now you're trying to purify yourself.
Babies. Oh,
okay.
Cookies, they gonna lose their tookies.
That's why I keep telling cats. We like to tell people, hey, get the bag. It's all about the bag. But then when we see a nigga do some weird ass shit for the bag, we want to be mad.
So bad.
No, we need to stop telling people, stop promoting.
Yeah, that's,
It's all
that's
about the
sugar
bag.
stuff
It's
right
not
now.
all about the
That's
bag.
good for you, baby.
It's not. These are clear examples. It can't be all about the bag. Otherwise, it will end up being to your detriment. It was all about the bag for Dame.
Y'all got y'all some juice.
All about the bag. I just want the bag. I just want the bag.
I need to take my
And what do
butt
they
to
do?
the house, get me some juice.
What do they do? Not only do they sell out their own principles,
Huh?
right, and the principles that they stand on, but then they also have like this pride, like, and it's like their ego. See, what usually happens is that your ego overcomes your morals, right? And so you're willing to throw your principles and morals under the bus a lot of the time for the sake of your own ego, right? This is what happens a lot of the time. These cats, man, it's like they suppressing the ego, they suppressing their pride, and they kicking the shit out of their own moral standards. All of these things are taking place at once. So then they get left in a place where it's like the ego is broken and gone. So there's nothing there for you to fight for. You've already done too much. So it's trial by fire. So I can come back. We already know. We already done some shit. You can't come back from. You can't come back from. And I tell cats, man, and this is one of the things that kind of kept me alive. And I always tell cats, like, my best advice that I can give, you have to stop it before it goes to a point that you're in. They was telling me it's too late for you to really come. So you have to kind of understand and have foresight to see when shit is going in a direction that may not be beneficial, or at least.
That's how she runs out of money, because she had paid $1,000 because she won all those presents for us, so we don't have to run out of them.
Is that right?
She had paid $1,000 because they said for her to pay $1,000. Because she keep buying those costumes so nobody can get them.
$1,000.
That's how she kind of get the other ones for us, because the other ones break it, because Raya was wearing all of them, and the other one none, because she thought that was her, and now she breaks them.
Like she was gonna run the line.